What's up, guys? Bro here. Today I will be doing a first impressions of the HEYNUT Baikal made by or designed by Thomas Balisong. It's so far I've only owned it for not even half an hour, so not a extensive overview or anything, just a first impressions. But it is 7075 anodized aluminum handles with I think it's like an AUS 10 blade steel, which is a little weird on a trainer, but it allows for it to have a like glass sound. Sounds crazy. Has press fit stainless steel Zen pins, I believe. Similar material to the blade, if not the same, honestly. The anodization doesn't show very good on camera for some reason. When I first saw this on videos, I thought it was like a light blue kind of color. No, it is very much so, at least in my opinion, a teal. I think it's more of a teal color, a very pretty teal color of that. So, oh, and excuse my flipping. It's very cold out. My hands are very susceptible. Has a extremely fun-looking blade design. Just, it kind of looks like a rock formation, like a crystalline formation of some kind. It just looks very angular, very nice in my opinion. It does have a bite indicator right there. It's not as aggressive as a lot of other bite indicators you might see on other knives. So like if you are on the bite handle and you do something like that, it probably won't hit you, as you can see. But if you're doing like a chaplain, you'll feel it. I think it's more designed to make sure you don't give yourself a ring of shame more than anything. On a real knife, it's meant to teach you not to chaplain on the bite side. So, has some interesting design features. You see the holes with the little holes. That's very reminiscent of some Benchmade knives. And it's kind of not sharp, I guess, but in some areas it can be. Like the jimping is sharp, but that's usually a good thing. The inside of the channel, not up here. Up here is very good, but down here, just kind of right there at the end of the jimping and right there on the handle, it's sharp because they add a chamfer down each side, but it doesn't go all the way to the ends of the handles. And I don't know why they did that. Right there, it opens up to let the blade have more room, not to make sure it doesn't have tap, which this doesn't. But I feel like because this is supposed to be a super high-end one, I feel like they still could have chamfered it right there as well, but it almost never actually causes an issue. But every once in a while, you might feel it grinding on your skin a bit here and there, but overall, still very nice. The Zen nipple is very well done. It kind of reminds me of NRB kind of nipple designs. And those designs, from what I remember, his newer ones, which is what I'm referring to by how this looks similar, they don't ever pinch really, and they feel pretty comfortable. It might be like a little sharp, maybe just a little bit. You could maybe buff it with some sandpaper, but overall, pretty good out of the box. Another weird design that you might have noticed, I should have mentioned this after mentioning how a little bit sharp the inside was right there. You can see a milled out piece right there. It's kind of like a faux channel. It's not a faux channel, a faux speed channel. But instead of putting it on the outside, they put it on the inside. And that's because the opening gap is very, very small. It's smaller than a lot of other knives, and because of the size of the blade, right here and right here would have been smacking the inside of the handles as it closed. So they had to make a little bit of room. I would have preferred if they changed around the processes and put that milling mark in before they anodized, but it's probably cost-saving measures, and while you're flipping, you never notice it. So it's not really a big deal, but they could change that if they felt like it. I don't know if I got much else. Grip, I guess. The grip is very nice. It has a slotted pattern going down, an angled pattern going down most of the handle, but then they reverse the pattern and hit it on itself, so it makes this little diamond pattern on the very, very ends. It's very aesthetic. I like the look of it. That adds very good, and I mean very good grip to the fronts of the handles, especially with this hole pattern. But, oh, that's interesting. I never noticed that. It goes one hole, two, 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 then one again. Huh. Sorry, I got a little off track there. But on the sides of the handles, all you get is smooth anodized aluminum, but whatever they did to the texturing actually makes this feel decently grippy. It might just be my cold hands, though. But it feels pretty grippy. I've never been too much of a complainer about that, so I don't mind it. But if you mind grip, then be aware. It's just flat, nothing there. But the jimping on the ends here will prevent you from fully slipping off because of how aggressive it is. It's very nice and sharp jimping. Like, I don't do ladders, but on this guy, I can do ladders. I never do ladders. I never even practice for them. So, and the fact I could do ladders that well for literally never doing them, I just watch people do them, is pretty good. Has very good jimping. What's that? That might be a blemish. Huh. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there, it goes a little white. The anodization ain't perfect right there. Is it like that on the other side? Nope, it ain't. Huh. Found a really, really tiny blemish on this guy. Well, not that big a deal. You won't notice it while flipping, and everything else about it is really good. Has very solid tolerances. Just a tiny, tiny wiggle. No tap. And sounds fantastic. For 170 bucks, this is a very good, and I mean very good, first attempt by Thomas Balisongs for an Amazon trainer. So, see you guys later.